Morning. It's just after 6:15 and it's race day, and I'm being super quiet because it's obviously 6:15 in the morning. That's the car packed. And today is race day. Right, it is Sunday and today we're off to do the GATESHEAD half marathon. 13.1 miles, 21 kilometers around GATESHEAD. Really nervous, really excited, really frightened. But first things first, I've got to go and try and find somewhere to park. But I've got to get the GATESHEAD. Here we go. Right, we're parked up in GATESHEAD. I've just had a massive flap on. I've just been messaging my wife in a bit of a panic because I've got down here and I'm like, I've left my running belt at home. My running belt's got all my nutrition in for the day. I hadn't left it at home. My wife's texting me back saying, I'll come and bring it to you. Turns out, I put it in my bag. I looked at my bag, but I didn't look at the pocket in my bag. See what nerves do. Well, first impressions aren't a good one. I've rocked up to GATESHEAD Stadium, went inside the building, and they've said, oh, you're a runner or a volunteer? I said, I'm a runner. Right, you need to go out the main door, turn right, follow the road round to gate 19. I've walked for nearly a mile now. And it's not just me, there's a couple of people in front of me, someone behind me. And we're all trying to find where registration is. This isn't a great start to the day. Right, that's been a 30-minute walk all the way around the perimeter of the stadium. Not just me, like I say. We can't find no registration, so going back to the front gate, see what happens. Unnecessary stress before an event though, isn't it? I didn't need this. I didn't need half an hour walk before my event. Right, we're all done. Got my number, 2224. Stress is over. Oh, these things are sent to test you. What was really funny is the lady that sent us away, we actually needed to walk through the door where she was. And to add insult to injury, I went to the t-shirt desk before. You had to purchase a race top if you wanted one, which I did, and I ordered it online. Turns out they haven't got the size I ordered. Said come back later after the race and they'll see if they can find the boxes that they can't find. Oh, dodgy start this one. GATESHEAD half marathon. Here we go. First 5k, 32 minutes. All good. Just need to control my heart rate a bit more going down these hills now. It got up a bit high there. Thank you very much. .10k, 1 hour 4 minutes. Ooh, a bit quicker than I thought. Hope it's not too quick. $15K, 1:36, 1 hour 36 minutes. Feeling it now though. Last 6K to go. Let's hope I didn't bite off too much back there. Half a K to go. I'm really paying the price for going too quick earlier. Here we go. Last 20 metres or so.
Well done, nice one.
Oh, thank God.
Sprint finish.
Thank God.
And she's pushing it and she's done it. Oh, he's got the camera out. He's got the camera out. He's celebrating his victory. Hands in the air. We love to see. He sees the finish line is in sight. Your eyes up.
Fucking hell.
You can see him, he's keeping relaxed, calm and collective.
Oh.
Steady, we love to see it. Well done. Well done.
That was awesome.
Finish.
Wow.
To celebrate.
That last bit was hard.
She sees the finish line.
That last 2 miles. Jesus, wet. Alright, we did it. Gateshead half marathon. Completed it, mate. Completed it. That was a tough old event, that, you know. Now, one thing I didn't really do with this event is I didn't really look at the course profile. I didn't really look at the whole route properly. It's only been a few days since I signed up to it. I knew there was a hill, but the hill I knew about, well, that weren't as big as I thought it was going to be. And then it turns out there were more hills that I didn't know about. So on the start line, pretty much just after I started, I spotted there was a 2 hour 20 pacer. I didn't realise they were going to have pacers, but I spotted him, a 2 hour 20. We were right near each other, more or less started at the same time. So I sat on his shoulder for the first 5K, just to settle me down. I thought 2:20, that's probably a bit quick for me, but let me just see if I can settle down at that sort of pace and see how that goes. Now, it was confusing as well because the 10K and the half marathon both started at the same time from the same place, so you were all mixed in. You couldn't, there was no way of identifying who was in what race. The only difference being they did 1 lap and half marathon did 2, and there was people going quite quick, so I was really conscious to keep an eye on my speed and check myself, because I didn't want to be going out at a 10K pace to then find out that I'm falling apart after the first half. So I stuck on him. I thought, you know what, he might be going a little bit quicker than I want to be, but if I stick on him, it will help me settle into a sort of a rhythm, and we'll go from there. Well, after 5K, I felt really good, and I pushed on just a little bit, a little tiny bit, and I went ahead of the guy that was doing the 2:20 pacing, and that was all going well. And I saw him, because there was a lot of turnbacks, there was a lot of U-turning, so I could keep my eye on him. I was expecting him to catch back up with me. When we got to about 15K, that's when I really started to be like, oh God, I might have gone a bit too quick here. So I did start to pay the price, but so my pace did drop. It wasn't like I fell off a cliff, although I didn't feel great. And then I could slowly see on a couple of the U-turns, I could slowly see that the 220 pacer was actually starting to catch me again, which I was fine with because I wasn't going for a 220 pace. The truth is, today I really wanted to just get round safely, but I wanted to get under 2 hours 30. I thought if I can get under 2 hours 30, then you know I'm happy with that. So when he passed me, there was less than a mile to go. So I was like, oh, okay, all I've got to do is just keep moving forwards. And if I keep moving forwards, then, you know, to be fair, at that point, even walking, I would have still probably have beat the 2:30 mark. So I felt quite good about that. When you get right near the end, there's a little bank that goes up into the stadium. And it is a little bank, it's tiny, it's not even there really. By God, it felt like a hill. And then what I didn't realise was we were going to be running around the track clockwise. I assumed we started anti-clockwise, we would finish anti-clockwise. So we had basically 3/4 of the track we had to run around, and I really found that hard. I really struggled to get around that track. I think I actually walked for about 10 metres. I really struggled with it. And then across the line, it was so good, so happy to cross that line. Now, I mean, you know, yeah, we had a couple of hiccups at the beginning, at the start of the day, when one lady sent us the wrong way, and we ended up walking for nearly half an hour around the whole perimeter of the stadium, which looking back now is actually quite funny. But all in all, it was a decent event, really easy to get into, really easy to get out of. I'm sat in a bit of traffic now, but that's because I'm going to go over the Tyne Bridge through Newcastle, so you come here on a weekend, it's going to be busy. But all in all, a really good event. Didn't talk to too many people, but I did manage to speak to a few as we were going round. More than anything else, just offering each other a few words of encouragement. There were two ladies right near the end that tried to get me to go with them, and I tried to stick with them, but to be totally honest, I didn't have the energy to keep up, but they were really offering some encouragement, which was nice. And I managed to say thanks to the pacer at the end as well. I saw him at the end and he asked me what time I got around him. But by heck, there was some challenging route that was a tough old route. Right, I don't know how to end this video. Never done a race day video before. Don't know what's expected. If you did do that event today and you got around it, congratulations. I know it was a tough route. We had a bit of rain, got a bit chilly at one point, but all in all I don't think we did bad. So well done for getting around it. To everyone else, I hope the training's going well. Stick to it, and I'll speak to you soon.